days off, no 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 days off.
And does everybody got the handout?
Yes.
Does everybody have a pen?
Yes.
Write stuff down, take pictures, all of that. It's very critical. I know we're in the information age, but you're going to break your phone in 6 weeks. You're going to say all of that stuff is in there. Your insurance plan is high. It don't cover your iPhone. Just write it down. All right? Declaration of Independence. Rick going to click through this after I go through it. Declaration of Independence. Anybody can break that down for me? Anybody? No dumb questions? Boom.
I can break. I'm just going to go ahead.
It's very self-explanatory. Declaring a state of independence. I mean, hey, I don't want to rock with you no more. I want to do this thing over here by myself. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's a nation, whatever. You know, when that is declared, basically what happened was the founding fathers was like, you know what? We're not really feeling this whole taxation thing, this tyranny thing. We out. We're going over here. We're going to create something else. Now, obviously there was contradictions in that because they were doing some things that, I mean, slavery kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, and it's not to limit that at all. Outside of that, you have a situation where people said, hey, we just want to do our thing over here. We're not really rocking with that. We're going to do this over here. Then other people said, no, you're not. So what the founding fathers and those guys did was, hey, please don't, and then they shot them. That's it. They defended what they wanted to, how they wanted to live, because they had a means to defend it. If you don't have a right, you don't have a way to defend your rights, you don't really have it. Okay? So I'm saying that because it's very important, because they'll tell you, why do you need a firearm? Well, because I can, number one. And two, it's for defending me, my physical well-being, and my personal property. All right? And that's a right. Unless somebody's going to tell us that, you know, people in urban areas just aren't citizens. If that's the case, then we can have a different conversation. But if that's the case, and we're citizens of this place, it's important that you know that history. Next one. Second Amendment. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. How many gun ranges are in Detroit?
0.
Shall not be infringed. Sounds like an infringement. Now they'll go through little slick ways of doing it. Oh, well, you're zoning. Oh, well, you're this, like that. Or they do the slick one. The buy-in amount is up here. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little slick ways of trying to infringe you from a human right. The list of amendments, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. When the thing was created, right? The anti-federalists was still like, yeah, this Constitution is still kind of, it's still a little overreaching. So they made a separate document, the Bill of Rights. We are writing down or making a bill or a list of human rights that you are not, as the government, you do not give us. We're born with them, okay? The first one, freedom of speech. I can say what I want. That doesn't mean to be disrespectful to people. It just means I feel a certain way, I can voice that. The second one, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. So if it's necessary for the security of a free state, and if it's being infringed, then what's happening to the free state? If it's not free, it's enslaved. There's a quote, free men and women, that part is me, free men and women own firearms. Slaves do not. Google it. Slaves do not. Okay? So, the people. Now they'll say, oh, well, they meant a militia, which means the government. That is not what that means. It is not. The brothers that just did the Bundy Ranch exposed that very thoroughly. You guys are taking our stuff. We don't want you to take it. We're going to defend what's ours with firearms. None of them went to jail. None of them. Bodies happened. Nobody went to jail because they were exercising, because they had the heart to exercise this thing here. All right, does anybody have any questions on that?
Why was that enacted?
Why was this enacted? Because we just came over from tyranny. Britain. And when I say we, let me be very careful with that. Let me be very careful with that. And that's part of the philosophical and cultural component. when this was popping off, I was in Ghana somewhere chilling. I mean, theoretically. You know what I'm saying? So again, we want to make sure that we address the elephant in the room. When this happened, we, was in a whole different situation. Now, my personal belief is, yeah, that happened, and we're going to acknowledge that and deal with it. But at the same time, based on the time that we've put into building this country, that's mine now. You understand? I don't believe in, oh, that wasn't meant. I don't care who meant it for what. I don't care. That's mine. Until you're ready to have a different conversation and say, well, you're not really a citizen. Oh, well, these taxes that I was... Feel me? Go ahead, bro.
And just to piggyback off that, I mean, pretty much we built this country. We fought in every war there has ever been.
Right.
So, I mean, from the ground up, it wouldn't be no America if it wasn't for
Right.
us as, quote unquote African Americans,
Right.
Black Americans.
Whatever, ladies.
So I mean, we fought for that Second Amendment. We fought more than the so-called Brits that was trying to
Right.
fight for freedom.
Right. See, my twist to that is, my morals come off the curb. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I have not always been, I know it's cameras, but I have not always been a legal carrying person. It's just what it is. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So my morals come from do the right thing or they're gonna come kill you. They gave you something, they want what they need. If you don't have it, they are coming to shoot you. Do right, be right. And what you build is what you're responsible for. So if we collectively, black people, white people, Asian people, Spanish people, Indian people, Native American, whatever, if you and your lineage had a hand in this, and we are all set, we got IDs and all that other stuff, then that means we're a part of it. Then that means I'm going to exercise every part of it, especially the one that is what allows me to defend all of the other ones. Okay.
You don't mind me throwing this in?
Yeah.
You said you were...
Oh, wait. Real quick. Y'all can just turn them off. Go ahead.
You said you weren't at times legally carrying?
Yeah.
Well, at the time, I'm assuming you really didn't care whether you were following the law or not.
Yes, I did. Because I didn't want to get caught. So it's like driving without a license. People that don't have a driver's license are the safest drivers you'll ever meet.
Right. Well, my point is this, is that you knew you were breaking the law. There's a lot of people who don't want to break the law,
right.
who seriously don't want to break the law, and they don't realize how easy it is to break the law.
Especially in a place like this.
The legal system, when it sees you as a gun carrying, I don't care whether you're white, black, Mexican, or whatever, it sees you as just a nail to be hammered.
Right.
It's ready to spit you up and chew you up. That's
Now,
why this is so important.
The way that you beat that, though, you beat that by crossing your T's and dotting your I's. And we're going to go into all of that. Now, I'm not saying, some people are going to say, well, Philando Castile, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I try to give no one a way to play themselves. Because if you play yourself out of position with me, I'm going to play you all the way out. And I've done every single thing, so when I drag you all the way over there, clearly you did something wrong. If you got me to that point, if I lay something down, it's because, did I do everything? Yup. You know what I'm saying? So we beat that by not accepting that. It's no longer oh, that's for them. I don't believe none of that. My morals come off the curb. If that's my block and I pump, that's my money. It's the same concept. It's a very thin line between corporate America and the street. It's very similar. I mean,
When you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, the reason that they enacted that was because the people, we, the
Right.
people,
Right.
needed a way to defend ourselves against the tyranny of the government.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
government is the reason why we have a right
Right.
to defend ourselves.
Right, because to piggyback on what the sister said, they came from an oppressive government. And they said, we not trying to do this. And the irony is what usually happens in government, they use a tool for liberation and then they outlaw it right after they win. Just like when Gandhi and them fought for liberation, one of the first things that they did was civil disobedience is illegal now. And that's how they gained their independence from Britain. So we're in the time where they're trying to remove the same things that they utilize for liberation. If you're not careful, anything that you use for liberation can turn on you and be a tool for enslavement. You eat a lot, and you work on your diet, and now you smoke more. Because the issue is addiction. It's not cigarettes or food. You feel me? So,
Can I comment on that?
yeah,
So
I'm
weren't
sick
always-
too, y'all. My bad.
So you weren't always legally carrying?
Not at all.
It says, Second Amendment says shall not be infringed.
Right.
So What law were you breaking?
Now, that's where the Matrix kicks in.
They were breaking the law.
They were breaking the
by
law,
infringing.
but they had more power than me. And you can know everything. I know the law. In cities that I go to, at least a decent portion of it. If I'm strapped, I need to know exactly what's the magic words, what's the spells. Spell it.
Don't go to Jersey.
I hate Jersey. With that being the case, right? I know that regardless of the information I know, if they got a bigger army because the people aren't designed and thinking properly, I'm not rumbling a cop on the side of the road. I'll deal with it and I'll go to court and I'm a chicken Szechuan you all the way up. But I'm not arguing with you on the side of the road. It's the same thing with when I was illegally carrying. I am not arguing with you. I am not, even though I know I'm right. Officer, Second Amendment says, yeah, get in this back seat. Because collectively, we weren't doing the work, or at least I wasn't doing my part. Rick probably was. I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing my part to organize people to get those things turned over, like the NFA, National Firearms Act, if you don't know, since the 30s. It's the stupidest thing ever. All right? So saying that to say, he's exactly right. They're actually breaking the law because this is a human right. Now they all say they give you the President's Day sales, they do all of this red, white, and blue stuff, but they want to leave these convenient parts out. Well, how are you telling me what I'm allowed to have if the Founding Fathers designed this document as a protector from government? It was to limit government. We want y'all to do small stuff. We don't really need you. The problem is over time they win by attrition. Little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. I could chop a tree down with a razor blade if I take long enough. So it's the same thing. So, but at that time, I wasn't well versed enough, and I bought into the Matrix. I bought into the Matrix. It was I got it tough. And I've never caught a felony or been convicted of a felony. So the irony is, if I would have had the information, I would have went that direction anyway and still would have been licensed to carry. I just was missing the information. You know what I'm saying? People keeping bear arms. It's not just muskets. We're not going to get into that. That's the game. Shall not be infringed. Your rights are being infringed. Militia is the people, just like the Bundy Ranch just broke down. Necessary to the security of a free state. As it stands, if you don't have a gun right now, in my humble opinion, you are a slave. Sorry if that offends you. Not sorry. In my humble opinion, if you do not have a firearm, and I run down on you, you will lose. I don't care if you Floyd Mayweather. I don't care. You will lose. If I have an extended with 30 in it, you will lose. If I have 10, you will lose. You go to the gym, that's great. The bullets don't care about your muscles. It's just what it is. I'm not saying don't do one or the other. I'm saying you should do both, if you choose to. All right, next one, Rick, my fault. People, y'all, me, us, not necessary. You are society. They just switched it on y'all. You working for the government, and it's really supposed to be the other way around. That's why when they have rebellions in places and in other places, the police be scared. They ain't scared of you, because you don't own guns, because you're a slave. I'm sorry. Change my thought process by doing something. Next one, Rick. Boom. So today, this is what we're going to go through. Michigan firearms law, Terry. Pistol purchase license, handgun knowledge, safe handgun operation, safe handgun handling, ammunition. This one could be a rabbit hole, so we're going to keep it real brief on that. Because I'm learning about just 22, caliber, and it's like, really? Y'all make this one too? The people that's gun people will get it. And 7 is I'll come back, culture and philosophy. This is where y'all can ask them questions that I kind of ignored. I definitely want, if anybody wants to touch on the Philando Castile, because it's like it's 2 sets of rules it seems in life. It's like, you know what I mean? The rules for the hood, and then the rules for corporate America. And my job is to make sure how we could get that a little seamless, so you catch everybody in your paper trail. And then you can just sue everybody, because that's the only thing they really respect, money and violence.
No days off, 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 no days off.